commiserations on the loss, mate. What was the message to the group post-match?
Yeah, relatively positive, to be honest. The thing I left them with was go home tonight and think about all the positive things you did and not focus on the negatives. As athletes, we have an appetite to fixate on negative aspects of our game, and there were far more positive performances individually in moments in the game that I'd like them to focus on.
You brought a greater intensity around the contest. You must be pleased with the appetite to compete from your side today.
Yeah, certainly. We seen a shift last week, so not often you say a 50-point loss is a positive step forward, but certainly as a coaching group, we had a competitive spirit for 4 quarters last week against Glenorchy. We had a shift in mindset during the week before Glenorchy. The performance wasn't there on that game, but certainly the mind had changed into a positive pattern, and we got the result in terms of what we wanted from our athletes today. Not necessarily the outcome, but we got what we wanted from our athletes.
Swung Dylan Riley forward today and he kicked 4 goals. Is that likely to be a permanent change for the rest of the year?
Yeah, certainly something we'll play around with. Dill's one of those players. He's versatile. He can play forward, you can play wing, you can play back. So he's certainly one of those players that will continue to mix up and keep opposition guessing on what they're going to do with him.
As you said, you don't want to dwell on the negatives, but Savage's turnover late in the last quarter resulted in a Whitford goal. Must have been disappointing as a coach.
To be honest, no, not really. That was what got us in the game. So that's the mindset there. There were far more inside kicks and kicks that cut North Launceston apart throughout the course of the game, but yet we fixate on the one right at the end. If we didn't do those kicks for 4 quarters, then we're not in the game from the start. So for me, certainly I don't focus or fixate on that one skill or 1 or 2 players making skill errors, because the decision was right. Execution I can live with, as long as the skill and the decision making they'll eventually match up moving forward.
Rala Kelly Mansell back in the side today, put him on the half-back flank. How did you see his performance?
Yeah, I rated him highly. I thought he provided run. Rala's an elite kick, so it gave us a little bit of drive and a little bit of a different look from our back line and some speed and some offensive drive out of there.
And your immediate future, is it likely to be in the coach's box, mate, or are we going to be playing next week?
I'll continue to train. I was very close tonight. I sort of withdrew last night, a 5:30 physio appointment. Just had a little niggle that I thought would go away, and it was still there Thursday at lunchtime, and I sort of went into panic stations, as you do with an old body when you're still a bit sore in sort of soft tissue spots. It was a hammy. So it was more precautionary tonight. 6-day break, 2 trips to Hobart leading into it. 31 years of age, probably the right call. There's nowhere to hide tonight, and what we've seen out there was the right call, because there was certainly no one was capable of hiding out there tonight with an 80% performance.
Any injury concerns out of tonight's game?
Not that I'm aware of at this stage. Joby had a little bit of ice on her hand, so I'll wait and see what that is at the end result. But touch wood at this stage, I think all clear.
North Hobart next week, do you foresee many changes? The D-League had another good win.
Yeah, I felt really comfortable with our mix tonight. Chase Jones becomes available next week, so obviously Chase will come into consideration heavily. So likely 1 or 2 changes. That's just the way it is at these. When you've got a side or a squad that you've got 30 odd players consistently pushing. The guys that are knocking on the door get opportunity, and that's the great thing about our footy club at the moment. We've played, I think, at this stage of the year, 38 players through senior football. So to be able to do that and be in the top 4 means you're not only producing what you need to in the senior football, but you're also promoting growth and development and making sure that our young kids are getting opportunities. I wouldn't have thought there's many clubs in the competition that have played up around 38 players in senior football. With still 5 rounds to go, and Chase obviously comes into the side there, so that grows again. So as a footy club, we feel like we're ticking all the boxes through senior players, high performance and development.
Tyler, congrats on the win, mate. You must be proud of your group tonight.
Yeah, really gritty win. It could have gone either way. Obviously, 1 point in it in the end. Really proud of the boys, how they fought back in the second half especially. We probably evened it up a little bit through that 3rd quarter. They were still getting some easy goals, and then that last quarter, we were able to provide some manic pressure around the footy and, win contested footy, which we probably didn't do, and we weren't clean during the night. So, pleasing win. We'll get a lot out of it.
Threw Bard into the ruck tonight. Were you pleased with his performance?
Yeah, he was good. Big Bambi. He played a bit there last week with Jake Pearce going down, and Al didn't play tonight, so basically it was on him, and we brought Lockie Young in just to fill a void when we needed to as well. So, you know, I thought he was quite good, and you know, probably ended up leading them around a little bit, which was good to see, and hit the scoreboard. So that was good.
Down by 3 goals at three-quarter time. What was the message to the group to get them over the line in that last quarter?
Yeah, well, down by 3 goals, three-quarter time. You just got to take risks and play on, and you know, back yourself. We're not going to win the game of footy by probably playing the footy we were playing. We're very slow coming out of our back half, and that was credit to Launceston. They defended us really, really well. Yeah, no, so just take the game on and, you know, play with a bit of flair, and it worked in the end. So, you know, credit to the guys.
Threw Bannister and Sharon forward in that last quarter. I thought they were the difference. You must have been wrapped with their performance. Yeah, Bannister probably had a really quiet day until the last quarter, and, you know, credit to him personally to do that and play a good last quarter. You know, it takes a bit of grit, and not a lot of players can do that. You know, and Sharon probably won every one-on-one contest that he went to tonight, back or forward. He's really good, and, you know, he's proving to be a great player, and he's a great person in our footy club first and foremost. We're really rapt to have him, and yeah, he had played a great game. Who did you assess as your better performers on the night? Yeah,
I probably thought Sharon was one of our better performers. I thought collectively, no one was great, no one was bad. We were kind of in between. You know, the last quarter, our leaders stood up. Okay, I thought Josh Ponting in the last quarter, Brad Cox-Scooter in the last quarter. They just stepped up a little bit, won the contested footy, and you know, if I had to put the best in, I'd probably put, you know, those guys around the mark.
Alex Lee was a late withdrawal tonight. Do you expect him to be back next week?
Yeah, I would expect him to be back next week. You know, a little bit tight through the hip flexor, so he could run, he could kick, he just couldn't jump as well as he wanted to. So we weren't willing to take the risk. Probably not now, anyway. And Bart played quite well last week, so, you know, we'll back him in, give the other week off.
Any other injury concerns out of the night?
No, not out tonight. I think we're all clean bill of health. Pretty contested game of footy, so the boys will be sore, but no, clean.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you. Cheers.